from my understanding of Mr. Stillwell back in that time, he was under the impression that the Donovan Thomas case had been, that they were going to beat it, like they were about to beat it, or it was beat, or it wasn't going to be an issue. I didn't want to say that because I didn't know.
Well, that's good that you didn't say
Yes.
that, but that's not the question that he asked
I'm
at
not
the
asking
time.
what Mr. Stillwell thought. I'm
Okay,
asking-
yeah, then no.
So listen
Okay.
very carefully to what he actually, I mean, that's not what he asked a minute ago, but you don't have like knowledge that nobody else has that he was tried for some
Oh,
other
no, no, no.
murder and got a hung jury or an acquittal, right?
No, Your Honor. I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure.
So if Mr. Chart asks you, has he ever beaten one, and by beaten, I mean, gotten an acquittal or however he phrases it, what would your answer be then?
No, I just didn't know the specific outcome of if it was.
Has he
Dismissed
even
and
been
reinvent-
tried for
No.
another murder?
He has
Okay,
not
so
been
don't
tried.
say, I don't know the specific outcome if he has never been tried for one other than the one he's on trial for right now, okay?
Yeah,
You understand?
I just thought, I didn't know if he meant it was
Shut
drunk.
up.
That was all, Your Honor.
That's not what was asked.
But that's not what he just asked right here, Your Honor. And
I
think
know
that's
that,
the-
I know that.
I think that's the clarity that needs to be had, because at the time, Mr. Stillwell was on bond for the murder, and so.
That is not anywhere near what he asked. He asked, has he ever been tried for and acquitted of murder? Being given a bond before a trial ever occurs does not a yes answer for, has he ever been tried and acquitted?
Right, but even the question he just asked right now was not that direct.
I know,
question.
that's
So
because,
that's the-
I know, but just now what he asked, we're just trying to figure out what it is she might mean. And are you then going to ask?
I'll ask about the bond next.
Okay. So if he asked about bond, then you can answer
I-
whatever you know about whether he was released on bond.
I can be
Okay?
respectful of his rights, Your Honor. That's all.
Okay. Is anybody need any more clarity on,
I definitely do, because I think on redirect, I
okay,
think it becomes very relevant to ask the witness, at the time he wrote those songs, is it, based on everything that you know and speaking to him and other people, that did he believe he beat the murder?
I would not let you ask that because how on earth can she know what is in his head? I mean, you could ask it, but I would overrule it if objection were made.
I wish she sat through the Daubert hearing.
I understand, Your
And
Honor.
you point that, if that is in evidence, then you point that out in closing argument.
I think we will put them in now. Okay.
Well, y'all have to make a decision, each of you, as to how you're going to present your case, or. All right. Do we have clarity now?
I think I'm clear. Yes, I'm clear.
You're gonna answer first a direct question about whether or not he's been tried and convicted. You're gonna ask that direct question first, and then you're gonna ask about the bond. Okay.
And then, I mean, Mr. Abadi, you suggested that you might then introduce evidence that he said what were you saying?
Well, I think I have to find the call, but I think that creates the questions on redirect that then can be asked is, at the time that he wrote those songs, had he been on bond for a number of years? I mean, he makes all of that very relevant as it relates to diving into why he said that in the lyrics of the song. So I think the whole point of this is a very slippery slope, because we begin to talk about things that I don't necessarily we all want to get into as it relates to objections and objections for mistrial, because all of these questions allow us to then ask on redirect the specifics as it relates to when he made the song and being released on bond, things of that nature that you can argue as to the belief as to why he believed he beat the murder, because it had been 3, 4, however many years. So he had not.
Well,
been
you can
indicted.
ask that had he been on bond 3, 4, however many years. What you cannot ask this witness is, so then do you think he believed he beat it? I mean, that is something that this witness can't testify to, that I know of. If you have some reason to believe you think she can testify to that. But I mean, if it's just, oh, I can put 2 and 2 together, he'd been out for 17 years on bond and not been, tried yet, then that's something that is not beyond the ken of any juror, and you can argue that in your closing, but you can't ask this witness that question, okay?
Yes.
Everybody clear now?
Yes, Your
Okay. All right, we'll get the jury back.
She was
How
going
long
all the
is
way
there gonna
against
be like a
Glanville there.
natural Stopping point. I mean, I don't mind keeping them till 6.
There'll be a natural stopping point,
Okay.
and I'll be,
If we do that, we have 5 minutes
Right now?
recess, just 5 minutes.
All right.
Yes. Yes, we can, because I don't want to break yet again if we're going to go for another hour or so. So y'all